Welcome to the United show. Apparently, there was a Man United game on today. So, we're coming on to report on the game, even though I didn't watch most of it. I was too busy watching. I don't even know what I was doing. What were you doing, Garf? Anyway, how's it going?
I was struggling through that match, mate. Oh, it's so bad, bro. So bad.
I just don't know what to say. I knew from the minute I saw that team starting lineup.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, mate. We are done. We are toast today. We are losing, and we are not playing well. It's poor. There's not a player on the pitch that can carry the ball anywhere. There's not a player on the pitch that can carry the ball. How are you going to win a game? That's what Vieira goes and does. He goes, listen, you carry the ball, you're playing. You carry the ball, you're on the bench. You carry the ball, you're playing. Everyone who can carry the ball, you're playing. And then when you get tired, I'm going to bring some more people on the pitch who can carry the ball. We got no players whatsoever. And guess who got his ass handed to him? Dalot by Wilfried Zaha. Oh my goodness me.
Mate, he's got twisted blood to this afternoon, mate. There's no two ways about that. He was turned inside and out. So
it was nasty. It was nasty. Get your comments in, guys. We got Paul in here saying absolute.
Yeah.
It is poor. It is poor. It is very poor. We've got Rangnick makes Ole look like Pep. Bloody hell. Get him out of my club. It's not Rangnick's fault, to be fair. It's nothing to do with him. He ain't even got an option. All the players that he had available to him are not longer available. Can't bring any players of his own. Can't do nothing. He's fighting a battle. He's probably sitting there going, there's nothing I can do, mate. There's my hands behind my back and I can't do a damn thing. And to be fair, I've got to say he did get us playing some really good football at a certain point, like early on, but we just couldn't score goals. We had the most chances created, just couldn't score. And then I think the players just thought, you know what, I can't hack this running anymore. And they decided, that's it. That's me. I'm sticking to the way I can play before. Damn right about Bruno. He's absolutely wasteful in possession. Every game. Every single game, Garf. Did you
I've been defending him for a while, but today, mate, I mean, what he did for that goal is madness, mate. That's madness what he done for that. Like, he's becoming a he really is. He's become a liability. Like, it's the first time I'm going to say it. I've been backing him up. I've been giving him the old, he's got the most chances created in the Premier League, all that nonsense, you know what I mean? But playing like that, no, it's awful. I don't know what this is. I'm lost for words now with this team. All I can say is I hope that contract with Ten Hag is binding, like absolutely ironclad binding, mate. Because if he saw that he was in the stands early, he might have been he'd walk back to Amsterdam, bruv. You know what I mean? No plane, he'd just walk back, swim the channel, get back on mainland Europe, and walk all the way back to Amsterdam. Because that is diabolical, man. There's not a player on that pitch today that I can say they put in an effort that I can deem worthy. You know what I mean? Hannibal done well. I'll give him his due, but he's a young kid doing that. You know what I mean? What can he do? Yeah.
Be fair, mate. You know what? I can't see any of the young players that are in the side at the minute being anything that's going to take us somewhere. If you get what I mean, none of those players at the moment can take us anywhere that I can see. His only Greenwood was the last young player who's come in and just absolutely took the game by the scruff of the neck, but he's no longer here.
Yeah, he ain't coming back either, I don't think. So, we're in trouble.
You're blind if you think we were better under Rangnick in respect. To be fair, we weren't better under Rangnick.
Yeah, that's not,
I think it was the thing that we wanted from Ollie was a bit of pattern to the game. I think Ollie got a team together that he could just say, go out there and play, lads. And he gave them more confidence to play at their highest level without any rules or regulations. Like, go play, guys. Just go play. I don't care. Just go play. You're good enough. And everyone ended up going, yeah, whatever. I'll just play what I want. And then, in time, that's what killed us. But Rangnick, like I said, he gave some structure, which they weren't willing to deal with. Simple as that. They weren't willing to do it. So nobody's done well. Nobody. The only person who can really sit there is Carrick. He's played 2 games, 1-2.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about Rangnick. It's not that he's done better than Ollie. He hasn't. You can tell that by the stats or anything. But the end of Ollie was just as bad as this. These players threw Ollie under the bus. They threw Rangnick under the bus. And the Man United board, they put Ralph Rangnick into a gunfight with a spoon. You know what I mean? Not even a knife, with a spoon, mate. Like he had nothing. He had nothing. He come in. He said we should have got rid of Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Tellez. Straight away, we didn't. He said when Cavani got injured. We should have brought in a striker. We didn't. You know what I mean? No Ronaldo, no goals for us, mate. That's our team at the moment. Individual, mate. Where would we be? I know it's one of them like cliche statements, but where would we be without Cristiano this year, mate?
Oh,
13th,
mate.
14th.
We'll be right near the bottom. I don't even know if we should be doing the stats here. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, let's go in goals. De Gea. I ain't even filled it in yet, but let's just fill it in now, innit?
Yeah.
De Gea.
6, I suppose. 5, 6. He didn't really do anything wrong, did he? He didn't have much to do. Yeah, exactly.
All in it. Right back, Dalot. What are you saying?
I'm going to go for a 4 or 5 with Dalot. I don't know where you're landing, but yeah, there you go. Yeah. Dreadful performance from him. He isn't it. He is not our future. There's no two ways about that. He's not our number 1 right back for Ten Hag. So
no chance. No chance. Any of these boys, anything. To be fair, they're just not good enough. You've got Crystal Palace coming up against you, and they're having a field day because they know they're up against Lindelof, Maguire, Telles, and Dalot. Like it's that simple. They're having a field day. Never in my life have I ever seen these low teams play against Man United and have a field day like every week. It's mad. Any team coming up against us are having a field day. We're talking, what's this? Why we keep talking about the end of Ollie's tenure. What about the majority of it? Yeah, you're right. I think he done okay. I think he done pretty well. It just took us as far as we could go. And he couldn't take us any further. And that was the problem. And then obviously, when someone comes in and changes, and then it gets even worse, the reason why it got worse, it wasn't because of the manager taking over and his moves. It's because of what he had to deal with. What did he have in the locker? He has, imagine, Martial goals. Rashford decides, someone steals the real Rashford.
That's a fake Rashford. There's no two ways about it. That's someone who looks like Rashford. That's a lookalike, exactly. Mate.
Pogba gets injured. Everyone gets injured. Everyone's gone. People gone on loan. Donny's gone on loan. So there's actually no options to even swap and change. You either got to put in youth team players who've never played a first team game of their life, or you got to stick with what you got. Maguire playing as bad as he's playing and not changing it. The only player I can say that has been taken the P out of is Bailly. How he hasn't been given a chance after so bad play, it means he must be doing some real bad stuff in training. Seriously, Garf. Is he doing some bad stuff in training?
Well, that's what I think. Yeah, he's obviously, I don't know. Because when I saw Maguire and Lindelof today, and I see that we've got Jones, Varane, and Bailly on the bench, I was just like, why? Play one. I don't care which one you play over one of these two. Play one of them. But back to Paul's point, I'm not keep going back to the end of Old. What I'm using it as a perspective on, it's not Ralph's fault that this team is as bad as it is. It's not Ollie's fault either. These players just down tools, man. That's the wrong way to put it, but they couldn't do it. Like you said, Old took them as far as they could go, and then they stopped caring. And then that bled in to the Ralph Rangnick era. And Ralph Rangnick's been given nothing, absolutely nothing. But yeah, look, I agree. I agree. It's just as bad, if not worse, than it was under Ole. But I don't blame Rangnick for it. That's my point. So I don't think Ole would have done much better with this band of mercenaries either, to be fair. So
right, I'm going with Lindelof at 4.
Yeah,
he's just poor. Very easy to take on.
Yeah.
Again, you see what he did for the goal. Like, okay, Bruno, stupid, gives the ball to Thingy, and then Dalot's making sure he's pushing him down the line, and Lindelof's there to like back him up if he cuts inside, and he's gone to push him down the line as well. He's actually gone with him, going, yeah, you go, and I'm coming with you. And yeah, like, if he cuts inside, someone else is gonna have to deal with it. Well, no, you're the one who's got to deal with it if he cuts inside. What are you playing at? So yeah, to get done like that, it really, really hurts me. It really hurts me. But not saying he was the answer, Nathan, but Ollie is legend. At least sometimes talk about what good Ollie did. Yeah, in a minute. We'll talk about that in a minute. But there ain't that much good to talk about right now. But,
yeah, that's not what we're talking about. So I mean, yeah, Old did all right, but we're talking about what's happening now. And this started under. That's why I keep going back. It's not because Old's my favourite player of all time. He's a legend of this club. He took us as far as we could go. Exactly what you said, man. And then these players just absolutely have given nothing for the last 6 months. Nothing to anyone. So anyway, but yeah, it's Maguire. Goodness me.
What you got for Maguire?
I mean, I don't know if it's just because I'm upset at the moment. It's another 4 for me, mate. He didn't actually do much wrong, but our whole team was dog. Yeah.
He's not good enough. Simple.
Yeah.
He's not good enough. I just don't know, man. It's just not good enough.
It got turned a couple of times later on in the game, and I was just like, mate, you're meant to be the world's most like how are you getting done like that, mate? Yeah, I mean, he did nothing wrong today, but our whole team is fours, isn't it? You know what I mean? So as we go through it, it's
Tellez, what you got for Tellez?
yeah, another 4, mate. Like maybe a 5. He was probably the best of them all, weren't he? So
Yeah, he was all right. He kind of best. He was getting forward on the ball. I'm going to give him a 5.
yeah,
I think he was slightly better than the rest.
yeah.
We are lucky, man. Brighton come back and win that game. We were looking for conference, like we were asking for conference. Please give us conference, please. Oh my goodness me, and we're lucky.
And when does qualification for that start? I think that's like in July, isn't it? You have to start qualification for the conference league. We don't go.
Hey, ridiculous. We might as well not have a time off. We might as well go and play now. We are absolute pants. But yeah. Look, here's another player that I want to talk about again, McTominay. Like, he's so basic, it's unbelievable. He's so basic, yeah. He's so only right-footed, it's ridiculous. Like, look, he's good at what he does. He's strong. He's good at strengthening players, winning the ball. But that's it. Like, in terms of quality in the Premiership, you need more. He's on the ball, and he's he's going to the left, and you know he can't do nothing else apart from just keep going. And then, he's got no ability to like go. No. Let me just be cute with my left foot and pass it. I'm like, oh my goodness.
He's got no vision. He's got no vision. Like, and what you're saying about what he does well, he's not even that great at that. Let's be fair about it. He's all right at it. You know what I mean? But
he's good at winning balls off people at times. Yeah. You know, if you're in a battle, he'll probably not get dashed on the floor like Zaha tried to push him after. He's like, nah, mate, you're not pushing me. That's what I mean. But yeah, you're right.
No, I know what you mean. But I was just saying, even that stuff, like you can find a better bosher than him. You know what I mean? Like, but he's dreadful, man. Is that who we're going to next? McTominay? Because that's a 4. Yeah, it's a 4 for me, mate. All day 4 for me. He's got nothing. Exactly what you're saying. It's just, and it's almost like because the team's gone downhill, he's gone downhill as well. He plays all right when the team's playing all right, and he does a good job then. You know what I mean? But he's not changing games for us. He's not a spark in that midfield. You know what I mean? Like, look at that Conor Gallagher, mate. What a little midfielder he is compared to McTominay.
Exactly. There are just too many players in the league better than us in midfield, and it doesn't make no sense. I just want to reply to this one. Table does lie. West Ham have been better than us this season. Here's the thing, yeah? West Ham finished behind us. We had such a bad season, and they're behind us. That says a lot about West Ham. I'm telling you. Because it's like we're surprised that they're doing what they're doing. But they're not that good. Because they're below us. How can they be below us? After we've had such a bad season, that makes no sense. So the table, it just makes no sense, isn't it? It's like West Ham, you're not supposed to be up there, mate. But like you feel like they've done well because they're not supposed to be up there. But that is probably the normal position where they're expected to be, just around about where they are now. And we're not expected to be here, and we're down here, and then we're still above them. You know, that's crazy. That's crazy. It says a lot. But yeah, in terms of West Ham. Yeah, man. That's all I've got to say about them.
I'd definitely rather watch West Ham play than Man United at the moment. There's no two ways about that.
But look, but saying that, I'd rather watch any of the teams than Man United right now.
Yeah, like, Tunbridge Wells. I'd rather watch Tunbridge Wells than Man United at the moment.
Newcastle game the other day against Arsenal.
Yeah.
Newcastle playing ball. I watched that all day rather than watch that. Fred, what are you giving Fred?
It's another 4 or 5 again. I'll go 5 because he wasn't as bad as there you go, exactly. Yeah, he weren't as bad as McTominay, but he couldn't do anything today. We were so stunted everywhere that it's one of them games, man. Yeah. Well, like, you don't really remember him in the game much, do you? That's why I'll give him a 5. Like, he had a few runs forward.
Yeah, the reason why I gave him that is because he did put that ball into Hannibal in the box, and when he's up there. That would have been another assist. Like in the time he's played in the attacking midfield, like kind of position where he can go a bit more forward, he's creating chance, and he scored. Like so, he nearly got himself in on a goal chance as well. But that's what I mean. But he wasn't good. He wasn't great.
No.
Nothing. But I'm gonna give.
No, but he was half decent.
Yeah.
And I'll give Rangnick this. If there's one thing that Rangnick's done, it's show everyone that Fred is not a defensive midfielder. He's a more forward midfielder. You know, it's not a massive accolade or anything, but it's like he said it himself, and we've known it for months. And there you go. You know what I mean? It's proven that you can't play in DM. You know what I mean? So,
what are you giving, Bruno? What are you giving, Bruno? Are we gonna? Anyway, go on. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, well, it's one of them. Like in my mind, it's like 0. You know what I mean? He was such a bad, but in reality, it's a 3 in it, a 2 or a 3. You're going 4, are you? I can't even go that high, man. I can't. I
don't think the mistake was ridiculous. Like, it was a ridiculous mistake to make. Like, you can't play that kind of ball blind. But apart from that, he just had his normal bad game. Like, for some reason, it's norm for him now to have a bad game. Yeah. So, to be fair, you know what? You're right. I'm going to swap it. He's getting a 3. He deserves a 3 because that mistake cost us the game. The game. That's the whole game. He's a 3. He's a 3.
Let me ask you this then, Nath. Would you sell him in the summer? Because you could probably ask for 70, 60 mil for him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Would you let him go?
Look, if it means that we can get in the players that we're looking at getting in, I'll take him out of there. I'll take everyone out of this team. Seriously, there's probably 2 players that I'd keep. We're not got enough. We've not got enough about us. I'm liking to hear him. I'm liking what. See, I was loving the fact that if Leeds went down, we get Rafinha, because I like Rafinha. I think he's a very good winger. So he would be a player I'd bring in. And then, like, I'm thinking Donny's going to do a better job next season just because he's under Ten Hag. And if he gets the other midfields that he wants with him, and I don't think it's Bruno. I think Bruno will give the ball away too much. And he's going to be stifling us next season, even though he'll probably score loads of goals and stuff like he does. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when we do play better football, he'll play better football. And then we'll be all right. But Bruno's been absolutely pants for a very long time now. He's like the good and the bad, all in one, both at the same time. He's like the top and the very bottom, both at the same time. It don't make no sense. But what can you do? He says Garf, he agrees.
Shock horror, yeah. Once in a blue moon, Paul. Once in a blue moon, mate. God, that was lucky as well. Man City winning the title, because I did not want to see Liverpool win the quadruple. So
I was looking at that going, yes, come on, City. Do not let Liverpool get another goal.
When Villa was 2-0 up, I was like, no. What's happened to Cavani?
I don't know. I'm just Katie, please give us some information.
Or is it just because it's his last game and he's going now? That's the end of him for.
Yeah, apart from that, unless I hope nothing's happened, there's no problem with him. But
I've got nothing on this. I think it's just that he's leaving.
Yeah, so that's fine. But I know it's sad because he's done well for us, but he's been injured far too much this season. I think he stayed 1 year too long. Last year we got a great little bit of time out of him, great goals out of him, good output, and then we should have said, you know what, guys, time to go. This is the time when he goes before it's too late. So respect to Cavani as we see. Yeah. Definitely respect. We move on to Elanga.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying about Elanga now. Like, I got caught up in the hype of Elanga, but you're right. He's a squad player, isn't he? He's like. I don't want to keep talking about Greenwood, but he's not a Greenwood level talent by any shape of the imagination. That miss was. Oh, I know players miss. I don't know if you saw it, but it was one he dragged it. Yeah, God, mate. He's not as good as I thought. I still think he's a good squad player. I think you keep him, obviously. But for me, it's another 4 or 5. I'll go 4. Yeah, there you go. So he did nothing today.
Nah, mate. Look, he's an okay player. I don't think he'd be a Premiership player in another team like that. You know, a starting Premiership player in another team. I can't see it. To be fair, I can't see how he'll be a regular for United. I'm not being bad about it. When I see a player, I know when I see a player, I think, you know what, this player could be United for a very long time. He's not a United player, and we're not going to go, oh, we've got Elanga, we're not getting a right midfielder. It's never going to happen.
No, No, I have to agree. Now, I've been saying for a while that I would look elsewhere before we start buying wingers, but today proved that I'm wrong. We've got no Rashford anymore. We've got no Martial. We've got no one anymore. You know what I mean? We can bring Dallo and Palestri back. We've still got no one. So it don't matter.
Well, Ahmad is someone who I would like to see in Ten Hag's kind of system. That might be something. But again, if he wants to keep Dallo, unless he knows something we don't know, like he's going to turn him into something different. I don't know, but I don't know how you become a better defender with instructions. I don't know, but we'll see, you know. Need to develop more before he gets in the first 11. Yeah, here's something I'm going to say, Garth. Rashford ain't no winger. And he So what is he?
A speedy false nine? I don't know. He's nothing at the moment. That's the thing. He's nothing. He's completely. He's got no game at the moment. Like there's rumours circulating that he's not even injured at the moment. Rangnick just left him out of the team. Now I don't. That's pure hearsay of Twitter. You know what I mean? But yeah,
he should leave him out because he's not playing well enough to even be in a championship side right now. So that's fair. It's fair. But I see Rashford. I see him as a striker. I see him as a striker because I think he can just play off the end of someone when he's on his game. He just plays off the last man, trying to run him behind all the time, and then get himself on the end of something without having to think about it and score a goal. It reminds me of it's weird. It's like an Inzaghi, but who is with souped up pace. You know, like if you give him too much time to score, he might miss it. But if you just let him instinctively just like get him behind and hit it, he'll probably score.
That was like me. That's how I've hit. That's exactly like me. If I got 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, mate, and I had more than 2 seconds, I ain't scoring, mate. It's done. I bottled that. Walcott was the same, wasn't he? Theo Walcott was very similar. Like he was a reactionary player. Yes, look, Rashford's game was pace. He's lost his pace. All of a sudden, he's lost his finishing as well, and his finishing was awesome. So I don't know what you do. Like all you can do is fingers crossed he comes back next year, and that Space Jam basketball, he's touched it again, and he's got his powers back. You know what I mean?
I think it's a lot to do with timing for him. I think when you lose your timing and you're a real fast player and you don't have timing, like seeing the player's body movements move in one direction and being able to take advantage of it, that's why he looks like he's lost pace. He can't have lost any pace. Nothing happened to his hamstrings. Nothing happened to his calves. He ain't injured. He got a shoulder injury.
No, ankle. He had ankle surgery as well, but I don't know if that changes the pace that much. You know what I mean? I never.
Yeah, I guess so, but it's like the twitches in your hammies and your calves. You should be able to pick that up still. So I'm not having that. It's his ankle that's going to stop him from. It can be. To be fair, if he's got loads of problems in there, then it can be. But okay, let's go with Ten Hag didn't look happy. Oh, we know that Ten Hag never looked happy. I don't think he had any influence on today because there's no options.
Yeah,
he hasn't even wanted to speak with the manager Rangnick until now. So he's only spoke to him once to say, "Yeah, I'm manager now. I'll see you after the last game. I ain't chatting to you. Nothing to do with the game at all."
I don't want this stink anywhere near me until next season. So, I presume he hasn't. And even if he did, what else could he have done? Like you keep saying, they were the 11 players that we had. That is literally it. And then a bunch of youngsters. I would have put some youngsters on earlier. There's no two ways about that. I would have had some more of them youngsters on. I suppose we made all 3 subs though, didn't we, actually? So that's a nonsense statement. Yeah.
So we got Cavani. What are you giving Cavani?
I'll give Cavani a 5. He shows what he does. He is what he is, isn't he? You know what I mean? He puts the effort in. But if he ain't getting the service, he's a striker at the end of the day. What can he do? It's another 4 or 5. It's another 4. What would you give him, Nate? What are you thinking?
I'll give him a 5. He worked hard.
Yeah.
He gave a little mistake with the link up. Apart from that, there's nothing really there to talk about.
But going back to Rashford, this is how bad Rashford's got now. I would keep Cavani over Rashford next season if there was if you had an opportunity to pick one or the other. Then I'd just be like, Rashford's doing nothing for us. I don't know what to say about him anymore. But
but I think we might get something out of him because he's going to get.
Let's hope so.
He's going to be told exactly how to run, where to run. I think that's the difference, and I think that might open up a lot of doors for a lot of players who are told to be in a certain framework. Because that's how Liverpool, that's how City are playing. They're just told them to be in a framework and told to do certain things, and it happens. But some people don't have the technical ability to control the ball and keep it under pressure. That's what we need. We need people that can do that as well as the framework. Hannibal. What you got for Hannibal?
It was a dogged performance from him. I won't give him a 4 because that's harsh. I'm giving Cavani a 5. I'll give Hannibal a 5 as well, but it's tight, man, isn't it? You know what I mean? He was a youngster thrown into a bear pit. Like, the team's not performing. At least he's putting the effort in. At least he's trying. You know what I mean? Got caught offside when he shouldn't have done. Could have scored there. And obviously took too long in the box. Did you see that one where Joel Ward just nicks it off him when he just about... Yeah, so... But it's a 5 for him. He's a prospect. There's no two ways about it. He looks decent. He looks calm when he's got it, but he looks quite erratic when he's going in for tackles. Like, on the ball, he looks all right. But
I was getting worried that he might get sent off.
Same here.
Special in him today. I'm not sure that's his position, playing off the left either. So, you know, not much I can say. But Josh Baker says, what a seriously rubbish season. Well, we all know that. It was absolutely poor. Now the joys of the transfer window starts. Let's hope we get that Timber and get some stuff happening. Timber, Varane at the back. That's a start. Hopefully.
And Anthony's been moving recently as well, hasn't it? News about Anthony's going through the roofs. There's one for you. Wait, don't make him your favourite, Nathan, because we know what happens with that. They don't play or they get shipped out to Everton, mate. You know what I mean? So just don't like him.
We don't want that. Okay, Mata came on. I think they all came on with 5s and didn't.
Yeah, you can't give him. News on Mata though. There's a chance he might stay, right? Isn't there? He's going to have a talk with Erik ten Hag apparently. So
yes.
And I would actually keep him. I really would. I know he's on high wages.
Nah, mate. He's got that position where he can be in the hole and do better than a Bruno. With all the top players around him, he'd be absolutely ridiculous. Like, imagine him in the hole with Anthony on the right and Sancho on the left, with De Jong in behind with Van der Beek and him, and then Cristiano and some other striker. It just is ridiculous. And then if you try and get some proper crazy pacey fullbacks, it's over. All we need is pacey fullbacks who can carry the ball and cross it. That's it. It's not too much to ask, is it? Surely. You know.
Yeah, the problem is though, then you're exposing Maguire again, aren't you? As soon as their fullbacks bomb up. Yeah, I know, but are we going to? He's playing against today, and I don't understand it. Like I said at the start, we've got Bally, Maguire, and Varane. I presume Varane's got a knock, is why he's not playing. But you've got Bailly and Jones on the bench. Play one of them, man. I don't want to see it. Yeah, I won't lie, Paul, man. I've been putting a bit of effort into looking at him, and I was dubious at best at first, but he's a baller, isn't he, mate? He's a talent, bro. Absolutely. I mean, we ain't getting him now because Leeds has stayed up.
You never know, though. You never know. We could try and push it and try and get him and do a swap deal for like Martial or who else is it? A swap deal for Maguire or something. Let him go to Leeds, please.
Hey, mate, Leeds ain't got Woodward on the board, mate. They ain't got Ed Woodward on the board. They ain't falling for none of them deals, mate. And we'll give you a Martial, yeah, and you give us about 20 mil, and we'll take Rafinha.
Oh my gosh! Do you know any new transfer news, guys? To be fair, that's the latest is what we've heard, isn't it? Is Anthony looking like he's coming in. Looks like De Jong's not completely over, but you never know. If they definitely need to sell, we were looking at that. And the you know, a few smiles and laughs about Timber coming in and talks getting a bit further. From me watching some of the other channels as well, I'm seeing that's a similar kind of stuff. The same thing they're saying as well. So it looks like that's it. But yeah. You know, you never know what's going to happen, but I know Ten Hag is going to bring in some good players. And this is the problem as well, you know. Varane, he continues to get knocks. He does get knocks too often. And why is Bailly leaving if we've got these players getting knocks? Like, you can't have Jones there. If Jones going to go, Lindelof and Maguire can't be in our squad. I swear, they're not good enough. They're not good enough. They're not even, let's say, Bailly's not good enough on the ball. Same problem that people said about Smalling, though. He was good defensively. But because he's not amazing on the ball, like amazing, they're all talking about him so much like he's not a good player. He's way better than Maguire and Lindelof. Both of them. It doesn't make sense. And Jones, when he was playing at his best, he's better than Maguire and Lindelof both together, put together. It makes no sense. So anyway, it's Bobby, good to see you on here. No worries, mate. No worries, we're still here.
You ain't missed much. You just missed us whinging about Man United again, mates.
Wishful thinking, Nathan. Hey, we've got to be wishful thinking, no? We've got, because we can't expect another season like that. That was the worst football I've ever seen in my life. Again. And now I weren't expecting any more, to be fair. I weren't expecting anything more this year with this game. And Vieira gets his first win against United in the Premiership. Can you believe that?
What, as a player as well?
No, as a Crystal Palace.
Yeah, it's the first ever. Yeah.
Madness. Absolute madness. First time ever beaten us.
How many of them have gone down this year, though? Definitely Burnley. Didn't Burnley, it was the first time they ever beat us in the Premier League. I think it was the first time. Yeah, it's the first time we've conceded more than 3 goals 4 times in a season or something. Again, me and Paul are on the same wavelength here, because I said that last week. I said, like, if a good offer coming for him that we can go out and replace him with someone, I'd let Varane go as well, because it's not just the injuries. He's it's not typical like
Yeah.
other league defender, but he can't handle all the crosses all the time. He misses one or two a game almost, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that the niggle thing is him adjusting to the Premier League, because he's an awesome defender. There's no two ways about it. But yeah, I wouldn't lose sleep either, mate.
He just needs someone next to him that's competent. Anyone competent with him, and he's not having to do work of two players, and he won't get injured because you won't be doing work of two players. He just be relaxed, Rolls Royce, Varane. That's how he is. Don't try and make the Rolls Royce just sprint around everywhere and pull hammies. He don't need it. He don't need it. So, to be fair, look, we're finished right now. We're done. United are over. No more post-match games until next year. But what we got the weekly show, and then we might do a few extra shows to do with rumours or players that actually come in. We'll talk about that quite a bit. But man, God, this has been an abysmal whole season. It feels like we're like a whole season of crap.
Yeah, it's the worst. I mean, we'll do the proper post-match review, post-season review on Thursday, obviously. But for me, this is the worst Man United team I've ever seen. I don't know about yourself. On the pitch, this is like
100%. I've never seen such low quality in the whole squad since I was born.
Yeah,
I was 5 when I started supporting United, and I ain't seen a team like this in my life. And it's just like, oh my goodness me, how can we have got this far back with all the money we've had to spend? Like, who's making these decisions? Like, but what's weird though? What's weird is when certain players are coming in, I'm actually excited. When I seen the players coming in, I'm like, yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good. The amount of players we brought in thinking, yeah. But like, it's just not worked. It's because they don't know about picking a team that complement each other. We're not a team that complements each other. You wasn't on the call where we was talking about the Premiership and the Cups, who was going to win the league, who's going to get relegated, who's going to be champion.
that was just a bit before my time, luckily, mate.
We've said it. I'm going to go back to that last one, go through it, and then we can talk about who got what right, because I'm sure I said City were going to win the league, and guess Steve said Man United were going to win the league.
No, he didn't. Did he really? I won't lie. After that Newcastle game, mate, with Varane being paraded, Ronaldo hat-trick, we're on a high. I'm like, you know what, there's a chance. There's a chance, you know what I mean? Goodness me. Good thing I ain't a gambling man, mate, because I would have been potless at the end of this worst season. I weren't around for the 70s or 80s. I started supporting United in 1995 as well, funnily enough, mate. You know what I mean? But I've never seen anything like it. Like, I've never not wanted to watch football so badly. Does that like I've never not like these days when games come around, you can ask my missus when they come around now. I'm sitting here, I'm like, it's like midday. I'm just like, I just don't want to do it. She's like, what? I've got to wait another 3 hours to watch this absolute nonsense. That's 2 hours of that. You know what I mean? I might as well just go to bed or something and waste my time that way. Like, might as well go outside and chew grass or something, mate.
Yeah, it's poor. I've never slept so much in games. I fell asleep in the game, and then they scored, and I woke up and I saw the goal. I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's poor. It's not good. It just I'm depressed enough as it is, Paul.
We talk about Arsenal.
Arsenal. I didn't even believe they were going to come out above us, and now look what's happened. They've come above us, and they've actually outdone us for the season by miles as well. Look at them. They're more than 12.30. It's madness. They're like 14, 15 points ahead of us now. Spurs have gone off and killed it. They won 5-0 today. Son scoring 2, Harry Kane, and that other player, Kovaluski, whatever his name is, ripped it in from the right side with his left foot, top bins. I was there, today, just thinking, you know what? I want to watch all the other games. I actually switched over and watched all the other games. I was just going through every game like, oh my gosh, I'm watching every single game. Forget this game, Man United. Dead.
So dead, man. I can't believe that. I didn't realise it was that bad. You're right, it's 11 points we're behind Arsenal. 11 I can't believe that. That's madness. With a 0 goal difference. We've got a 0 goal. We are so bad, man. 12 defeats, 10 draws. Wow. We're lucky, man. We're lucky that there's no one underneath us, because Leicester had a bad year. You know what I mean? They could have finished above us. West Ham have had a decent year and they just didn't get it over the line. We could have been as low as 10th, 9th or 10th this year, man. Realistically.
Man. At least we're in Europa, though. We're in Europa.
Thursday nights, yeah. Listen, I'd much rather that than the Conference League. Like I was saying before we went on, because I'm sure that the qualification for that starts like end of July or something, like beginning, middle of July. It's mental when that starts.
Yeah. Look,
Yeah,
that's all we got time for today.
yeah, you know.
I don't know how we pulled it out to 35 minutes in a game like that today. So well done on you, Garth. Well done on me.
Yeah, you know.
Well, hey, to be fair, the comments have been buzzing. Loving it
Yeah.
from you guys. Keep that coming. If you got any suggestions, make sure you comment in the comment section. Even after the show, we'll be looking at it. And obviously, if you got any suggestions on what you want us to do in any upcoming shows throughout the off season, give us some ideas. We'll take it on. We'll take it on board. But Garth, it's been great having year with you and with everyone else that's joined us for the season. Bigger and better things to come next year. And what's this? At least we have 2 chances of getting in the Champions League. What's the first one? I know the first one is getting into Europa. The second one?
Top 4. Well, we ain't getting top 4 at the moment, mate. There's a pipe dream at the moment.
Mate, we have work to do. A lot of work to do. But yeah. Anyway, thank you for your time, Garth. Thanks for that today.
Pleasure.
Thank everybody in the comment section. Make sure you like and subscribe to Man United Show. If you want to check on YouTube, it's Nathan the Duke Ellington, and then you'll see all of my Man United Show stuff on there. As you know, we're also on KS1 TV as well. So that's with the Arsenal stuff. Anyone who's an Arsenal supporter, jump over there. Anyone United supporter, jump over here. So that's it. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, Garth. I look forward to seeing you in the next show on Thursday, as it is, and any more upcoming shows. Peace.